Hey guys, Alex from MarketWise Asia over here. Today the date it is 28th of August 2023. It is a Monday afternoon. As I'm doing this video, the time is at about 12:30 p.m. Okay, so before I kickstart this session today, just want to let you know that I've already sent out the September seasonal data, the ETF seasonal data to you. So please head over to your email and search for ETF, and you should be able to find an email with the subject bonus September bearish seasonal data, download now. So this is the data where you have the ETF data. So remember to download, and I will also share with you the data today also. So please download it. In case you didn't receive, please check your spam folder as well. Okay, so let's kickstart this outlook right now. So as I mentioned during last Friday Facebook Live, right? So if you haven't watched, I encourage you to go and watch it. This is where I share with the public of how I view the market this coming week in general. Okay, so I mentioned that post Jackson Hole event. Okay, I mentioned that based on historical data, it tends to have a tendency to go higher 1 week post Jackson Hole. So for this week, I'm actually looking higher that the market might go up higher. So this is the S&P 500 ETF over here. So I anticipating the price could go higher. Okay, this is just my guess, and maybe hunt the high over here, and then price go back down again. So, but overall, my midterm view within the next 1 month or so, I still think that there's a chance that the market might go down lower eventually. So first of all, as I mentioned during the Facebook Live, right, this is the pin bar over here, and there's a low over here. So those who actually went long will be quite nervous right now because price actually reversed with this huge bar, and most likely the stop is over here. And then there's also a gap over here, and there's a chance that the so-called market might try to fill the gap over here. So all in all, we are approaching September, and September, based on historical data, is one of the most bearish months in the US market, and this will cause a cause for concern also. So we need to be more careful. But to be very honest, right, this week is actually, I think, not the easiest to trade. I'll be very frank with you. So the direction is not very clear. The market could go higher, okay, or the market could just go down lower like that. So you need to have some discernment, or if you really want, right, then don't trade at all. So I haven't decided whether I want to enter any position yet, because I'm still holding some of the position. So for example, okay, let's have a quick recap based on last week data over here. So last week I mentioned that the market the market could go higher because of the oversold condition based on the market breadth indicator, the McClellan oscillator. So last week we really see that the market actually had a short-term rally, so as anticipated okay. All right, so I also mentioned in the data over here, let's go through the data over here. So I was looking for opportunity to buy, right, to go long, right? So let's look at the bullish data over here. So this was the one, the ETF one. So last week was 20th to 27 August. So let's do a quick filter again. '20th to 27 over here. So this was the ETF that I was looking at. So I mentioned basically 3 ETF. So the first one was actually SVI, second was INDA, third was IHI. SVI is the biotech, INDA is the MSCI India ETF, and IHI is the US medical device. So I actually entered into INDA. So if you take a look at INDA, I know that I say that this is not the key thing that I mentioned, but after watching the price action, I thought that the price action was pretty good. Okay, so I actually entered here on this day over here, which I mentioned during the Facebook Live also, and then hit the central pivot range, which is somewhere near the high also, swing high. I actually exited it. So this was a very quick 2 days holding, and I exited profit. So my risk to reward is 1:1.5, which means that I risk $100, I get back $150. Okay, to keep things simple for you. So looking forward, right, there's still opportunity to INDA, but we shall discuss that later. Okay, another one that I mentioned is actually XBI. So actually, I also entered over here. I know some of you actually during my Facebook Live said that you also entered. So I'm still holding on to this position. I entered over here. So Friday, the market actually closed pretty bullish. It is a green candle. So I'm still holding on to this position. So we shall see how this will pan out if the market continue to go higher this coming week or so. So based on the data, right, for SVI, there's still some time to hold on. Okay, so until 21st of September. India also 19th of September, so until the mid of September. iShares US medical devices, I did not enter. I did not enter because, let me go through the chart again. Okay, the overall price action was pretty weak. Okay, I didn't enter, so I didn't enter. So even though on Friday, price has a bullish close over here. And the stocks wise, I did not enter also. So these two, I only entered SVI and also the INDA. Of course, I do so hold a few of other stocks position, not based on seasonal. There's more on discretionary, okay, and my own filter also. But nevertheless, okay, I felt that, you know, INDA and SVI was a good trade. You know, first of all, INDA was profitable. Second one was, you know, while the market is overall weak, SVI hold up pretty well over here. So for this coming week, okay, what do you guys think? Okay, again, I mentioned, right, it is not that easy to anticipate the movement for this coming week. Okay, so if you really want to go long this week, okay, all right. So for go long, right, these are the stocks for the ETF, the bullish one, the one that I sent you when you first purchased the seasonal advantage, right? So for this week, right, if I talk about the new week, will be on the 27th until the 3rd of September. Okay, 3rd of September over here. So 27, 25, 20, 20, actually it's only one, is it? Yeah. 28, yeah, 29 until 3rd of September, right? Okay, 25th, no, sorry, it's 27, sorry. I get a bit confused. So until 27 to 3rd of September. So it's 28, 29, 30th, 31 until September. I'll go through September later. So this is the usual ETF that I sent to you when you first purchased the seasonal advantage. So this is the August. So this is the bullish one. Okay. So of course, at one glance, you know what is moving based on asset classes and such from the ETF that you are looking out. So you can see that, you know, these are iShares short treasury bonds. Okay, which means that, okay, this is going up, which means that the treasury bonds could be coming down. So, you know, not a good time to buy into bonds right now. At least you know what to avoid. Okay. And of course, you know, this one thing that I'm looking at is also this UUP, which is the US dollars over here. The US dollars, okay, from 28th of August until 5th of October. It's quite some time. Okay, the duration is quite long. For the past 10 years, 90% of the time it is down, and it is based on 39 calendar days over here. And you can see over here, right, this Wisdom Tree India earnings, okay, and then we have this iShare India ETF. So you can see that based on seasonals, the India stock market, it is still doing pretty well, okay, until the mid of September. So as such, okay, you can still look for, okay, the INDA India to look for opportunity to go long. India, I think, is the bigger ETF. So you can continue to look for India. Okay. And then you can see that this is the treasury bear, right? So these are the shorting ones. So not the best time to buy into the treasury bonds. And of course, okay, if you really want to look into sectors to go long, all right, for the coming week, 29 to the 11th of September, okay, it's a very short duration. Okay, I think for calendar days, only 14 days. Okay, IYT, okay, it is actually going higher. All right, IYT is going higher over here. So if you take a look at the chart over here, IYT, IYT over here. So IYT transportation has already been coming down already. Okay, and then you might be looking for opportunity to go long. But one thing I don't like is I don't like this pin bar over here. So, you know, I'll be a bit concerned because generally a pin bar, as a rule of thumb, I don't like to trade pin bar. So even I see a pin bar, I will be hesitant to go long. But nevertheless, we shall see how it goes. So this is the iShare Transportation ETF. So if you want to know what is the component stock of this ETF, right, then just go to etf.com/IYT. So the one thing that I'm looking out is the transportation sectors and the stocks to go long. So you can see that for IYT, what are the component stocks over here? Component stocks is, okay, all right, the top 10 holdings. So IYT is actually quite diversified. Can you see that over here? No, over here. This is, they didn't put, never mind. Okay, anyway. Yeah, okay, sorry, IYT over here. Okay, the top 10 holdings, all right, is the Union Pacific, United Parcel, UPS, Uber, Old Dominion, FedEx, Delta Airlines, and Southwest Airlines. So we're looking for these kind of stocks to enter if you want to. So this is one of the watch lists that you can, keep it tight. These are the transportation stocks over here. If you want to view all, okay, so these are the ones that you could be looking at over here. But of course, Union Pacific, the Parcel, Uber, Old Dominion, FedEx, all these comprise a lot of weightage on the IYT. So let's see whether the sector ETF and the component stocks, okay, will be going higher this week. I'll be looking out for IYT for this coming week or so, okay? And I'll be also looking out for the INDA to re-enter again if there's opportunity. SVI, I'm still holding, okay? Sorry for jumping around over here. So this is the bullish one. So for the stocks one, right? For the September one, until 3rd of September, actually nothing much, because this is, SNL, which I don't really trade. Another one is EWO, Austral Cap ETF. This is pretty interesting over here. The EW Austral ETF. So let's take a look, okay? I also not very familiar with this ETF also. EWO. Okay, personally, I won't enter. So the price action is a bit choppy. And also there's a lot of huge gaps over here. It's very difficult for me to place my entry and my stop, especially stop. Suddenly, you can enter over here. Okay, for example, I enter over here and there's a gap down, a huge gap down. Enter over here, gap down, a huge gap up. And so I won't be entered that. So yeah, most likely I won't enter that. So this one I can skip. So most likely you'll be back to this August list over here, the IYT. And if you're looking for stocks to go long over here, you can also do a filter, auto filter, and then August 25th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31, to September 1. Okay, so there are still quite a number of stocks over here. But personally, I am not interested to go long on individual stocks. If you want to go long, right, I will still look for the transportation one. So for example, like airline, Southwest, these are the ones you see seasonal. It is not too bad, right? Seasonal, Alaska Airline, transportation one. Okay, transportation one. So air freight and logistics, these are the ones that you could be looking at. So I'll be still looking at the transportation one. So no comments on this for the August ETF, but I will still try to do a screening. But these are the lists that you should be looking at for the week of 28, 27 to 3rd of September. Okay, and if you're looking to short, right? Okay, as I mentioned, right, the bearish one for August, okay, for this coming week will be 27 onwards, 27, 28, 29, 30th, 31, okay, so 25th, 38, 29. So these are the one. You can see that a lot of treasury bonds over here. So this is in line with what I mentioned just now. So treasury bonds is actually not very good. Okay, if you want to short, you can take a look at treasury bonds also. Okay, and also can you see that this FXE currency, euro currency, okay, because this is for FX, right, it is, you always, it's a relative, right? So this is compared to the USD. So like for example, Euro USD, this is actually the Euro USD pair. So you can see that Euro USD, it is going down, which means that Euro, the dollar is going up, right? Okay, it's always inversely correlated, right? For the base pair and the quoted pair. So just like I mentioned that, the dollar tends to go up in August, September, and this one, Euro come down. So these are all correct, okay? You need to know how to link together. Okay, and a lot of our treasury bonds over here. So looking there is something interesting. The gold one, as I mentioned, okay, gold, it is still looking weak. Okay, gold 30th until 6th of October. So GLD gold, so basically the gold, the precious metals, silver, miners, all this you need to be more careful. Okay, if you want to go long, even if you don't want to go short. You get what I'm trying to say, right? And until the end of the week, another one that I'm looking at to go short, if I want to, okay, it is actually the Vanguard Telecom Services ETF. So basically this is XLC. So if you don't know what is this VOX, right, you can just go to ETF.com, which is VOX. This is the telecom, the communication. Sorry, I'm having a bit of sore throat over here. So you can see that, not unfamiliar, communication, the comms, Meta, Alphabet, Netflix, Walt Disney, Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, and such. And if you want to take a look at comparison on the more familiar one is actually the XLC, okay, the SPDR XLC sector ETF. So they are almost the same. Okay, see that price action, they are almost the same in tandem with each other. And the component stock is also almost the same. So if you want to look, you can take a look at XLC or VOX. So for XLC, okay, so this is the bearish one, right? So I'm looking, you can see that this is a pin bar over here, a pin bar. So, you know, within the next 1 or 2 days, price can go up higher. And then towards the end of the week, 31st of August, a few more days based on the seasonal, price could come down again. So I'm looking for, if I want to short, I'll be looking at the comms sectors to short. Comms sector to short, okay? And then, of course, looking at the September data, which I just sent you guys. So please do check your emails over here, okay? So until the 3rd of September over here, okay? All right, so these are also the treasury bonds and such. Okay, see that even I'm ahead of myself over here, you know, even for September, the gold, the metals, the gold miners, all these are not doing very well as well. So you need to be careful this coming week, okay, on the metals and the precious miners over here. So all in all, just a quick recap on what I mentioned over here. Okay, based on the Jackson Hole post event, the market have a tendency to go a bit higher or so, but overall trend, you know, I am still bearish. I think that will continue into September, which is historically the weakest month of the year, okay, to go down lower. But if you really want to go long over here, right? So as I mentioned, the ETF over here, this is the ETF, okay? I'm looking at IYT to go long, okay, and also the dollar index to go long, okay, which is the Euro USD to come down, okay, for Forex. And then the INDA ETF is something to watch out for. It can continue to go higher, but you need to wait for the price action to go long, okay? And if you want to go bearish, okay, and be looking for the telecoms to go down, and also for the gold to go down and the precious metals to go down. So all in all, I think you have a rough idea on what is moving, okay, what tends to go up, what tends to go down. So again, this is not a trade service where I won't tell you what price to enter, because I still need to see the price action myself day by day. So I cannot give you any signal service. So you still need to watch your price action yourself. But generally, I guess this will keep your watch list pretty tight. So with that, I think this is a quick outlook for this week. Safe trading, okay, and then on Friday, we'll have this presidential election, a public holiday. So a good, safe week ahead. Thank you, and bye-bye.